Motorola Moto Z3 Play. The phone offers Super AMOLED screen, 6.1 inches, resolution is 1080, new aspect ratio 18:9, Corning Gorilla Glass 3, Android 8.1, Snapdragon 686, supports a micro SD card up to 512 GB. This is the 64 GB internal storage with 4 GB of RAM, 12 megapixel dual rear camera with a f1.7, and a secondary camera. It's a 5 megapixel. As far as the video recording, the phone can record a video in up to 4K at 30 frames, 1080 at 30 and 60 frames, 8 megapixel front facing camera, Bluetooth 5.0. There's a version of this phone that supports FM radio. We have a 3.1 Type-C USB port, and as far as the battery, it's a 3000 milliamp battery. So let's take a quick look here. As you guys can see, the phone moves extremely quick, and we haven't even activated yet developer options or turn off the animations. Here's a quick look at the quick settings and notifications, main settings of the phone, Google Feed here. Now, one thing to mention that they included this year, it's the gestures. So as you guys can see, there are no buttons on the screen. Basically, we have this little bar right there, and that's what you use to do the gestures. So if you do like this, it shows all the recent applications. Or for example, if we're looking at the browser, and let's say we're looking here at this article, you want to go back to the previous page, basically just move the bar to the left and it takes you to the previous page, or one tap, it takes you to the home screen. Now, another new thing that they added this year, it's the fingerprint. They put it right here on this side. I'm not sure if that is the best location. I had a couple of people making comments saying, what about the people that are left-handed? And that's a really good point, because if you are left-handed, basically you will need to make some weird gesture in order to reach to this side and unlock the phone. I don't think the unlocking mechanism it's that quick. It takes a little bit of some time, as you guys can see. But you know, there it is. The phone also offers facial recognition. So if we do this, we swipe, and it recognizes the face and unlocks the phone. A couple of other things to mention. Looking at the camera here, and as we look at the camera, you guys can see some of the samples. The interface, pretty nice. You can move here this thing around to change the focus area. You can also get access to these other modes. It offers a portrait mode with the front and the rear camera. So that's actually really nice. Video recording, like I said before, 4K 30 frames and 1080 in 30 and 60 frames. The only stabilization option is going to be available in 1080 at 30 frames. 60 frames or 4K doesn't offer stabilization. So that's as far as the interface. And here's a look at the resolutions for the picture, with a maximum of 12 megapixel with the 4:3 aspect ratio. And as far as video recording, here it is up to 4K at 30 frames. And as you guys can tell from the samples, for the most part, the phone does a pretty good job when it comes to taking pictures. The colors are a little bit saturated, but otherwise pretty good job with the quality of the pictures. Video recording, the quality is also really nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't offer stabilization in 1080 at 60 frames or even in 4K, but 30 frames 1080p with the stabilization, the video looks actually really nice. Moto Assist, basically we have here 3 options, Moto Actions. Basically you can activate all these different options to do different commands with actions. Also, we have the next one is Moto display. Basically, it gives you different options too when it comes to the display: night display, a tentative display, and Moto display. And the last one is a Moto voice in order to execute different commands. When it comes to performance, multimedia, the resolution of the screen, the colors and all of that, and the real estate of the new aspect ratio versus the body of the phone, I think it's actually a lot of progress here with this design. YouTube videos, they look really nice. Now with the new aspect ratio, you can zoom in. Basically, you have pretty much no bezels. It feels like you're holding just a screen, all screen, but for the most part, the performance is actually really nice. As you guys can tell, multitasking, looking at the browser, looking at the videos from YouTube at the same time, switching between one application and the other one. I mean, the phone works pretty good. No lag at all. Also, as far as high graphics and video games, as you guys can tell, the phone does a pretty good job when it comes to gaming. As you can tell, you can take advantage of the full screen, and the performance is actually really good. The colors are also super nice with the Super Amoled screen. Final conclusions here with this phone. The main attraction, the most important thing to highlight about this here, it's the screen and the aspect ratio. Motorola did a really good job with increasing the size of the screen without compromising the size of the phone. You get a really good performance. As far as the camera quality of the pictures and videos, I don't think you're gonna get necessarily a way better quality. However, with the dual cameras, you get the portrait mode with the front and the rear camera that it's not available on the Moto Z2 Play from last year. Otherwise, battery, I think it's gonna be about the same, 4.5 hours of screen time on. As far as the price of the phone, I think it's a little bit expensive, about $450. But one of the benefits is that the phone is unlocked, so it can work with CDMA or GSM carriers. But for that kind of money, you can probably get close to buy like a OnePlus 5T, some of the new Xiaomi, Huawei phones that are considered high-end or flagships. This is more like a mid-range performance. So altogether, really good package. It's a really nice looking phone. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.